Mobile Arena.
The beautiful thing about this matchup, Aaliyah Boston has been playing, I think, the best basketball of all the bigs. Her footwork has been outstanding, but Dominique Malunga, that young post player who's going to have a big challenge on her hands guarding Aaliyah Boston.
Becker's on the attack, ball corralled by Boston. Outlet to Hayes, down the runway. Our first points in Philadelphia. Fans are still filing in for this historic night. Becker's the lob, Malunga the layup.
Talking about pick and roll play, and Paige Becker's so good at that. And her chemistry she's created with Malunga has been special, and how they're able to read and use that space.
Well, it continues to grow every game as well. I mean, you're able to see her ability to just read out of the pick and roll, and Malunga is being able to just understand how to set the screen, where to roll, when to slip, and it's amazing to see Paige kind of just manipulate it.
And 4 double-doubles for Malunga in 7 games. Looks to stretch the floor on an island against Boston. Wrapped up, and Aaliyah Boston with the swipe. One of the top defenders at the big position. Makes the grab. Carves out room. Malunga all over her, and Boston finishes at 1.
And this is where I talk about the leadership. Although Aaliyah Boston just in her third year in Unrivaled, but the veteran moves that she makes now, her footwork, understanding her body, creating the space, getting Malunga on her back, and then finishing on the inside. Those are the things that Malunga, you only learn that through experience, and you know, being out there, Sabrina, that's the only way she's going to figure it out is by having it done to her.
And it's also her patience. Her patience in the key makes it so hard to time up getting blocks and understanding the ways that she can get layups, and her ability to use the ball is just so tough.
Good start for the Ghost Gang, thanks to Boston and Hayes. Now it's Becker's probing, throws it past to Martin, 3 in the air. Long rebound, Malunga. Plum and Becker's a fun matchup, and the steal by Hayes, flips it around her back. And out of bounds.
It doesn't get that steal to finish things off, but overall, between Hayes and Plum, the defense they've shown in terms of pressure on the ball has been special, and you can feel that level of edge and energy out of the gates.
5-2 lead for Phantom at 4-3. Breeze at 4-3. Malunga the skip. Martin 3-pointer.
Nice pass out by Malunga. I would have preferred her to take that shot, but she kicked it out to Kate Martin. She's really got to knock down those threes.
3 7-minute quarters until we reach the 4th. It's untimed. We play to a winning score. Malunga takes the dish, squeezes by 2 and scores. Patience by the big.
Definitely patience, and I love the fact she was able to split the defense but protect the ball.
5-4. Breeze within 1. Boston maneuvers, blocked by Malunga. Both ends. Catches the lob. Trickles out of bounds off her fingertips. Phantom basketball.
But that's what she's great at. I mean, her ability to block a shot and then sprint the floor on the other end, it's something that makes her so tough to guard, and obviously a great threat offensively.
I would love to see her grab that ball with 2 hands. One of the things I got to say, my girl is over there on the sideline, Dawn Staley. I see her eating right now. But when she passed the ball, you got to get out of bounds. You cannot let that ball go out of bounds, whether it's a good pass or a bad pass, because you don't want to lose the faith of your guards passing you that ball.
Aaliyah Boston played for Dawn Staley, an unrivaled investor. Down the lane, teardrop Plum left it short. Still a 1-point lead for Phantom. Just a few minutes gone by in the first. Beckers probes, picks up the dribble. Plum tries to deny the pass. Jackson throws one up. And secured by Tiffany Hayes.
That's a great backdoor cut with strong defense once again by Boston.
Backdoor Hayes, and we've talked about the depth perception playing in a bigger arena. And there is the great Dawn Staley, one of Lisa's many best friends in the house tonight.
She is, and she's going to be mad that she's over there eating on camera.
Someone told her, she stopped. She has a fork down, and she's looking locked in.
And there's Natasha Cloud, fresh into action. Grew up just 10 miles from downtown Philly. We'll see Kalia Copper in our next game. From North Philly, inside Jackson, puts it up, and a foul by Plum.
And Breeze have done a nice job on taking advantage when they can, getting inside and having a mismatch with Plum. And that's why, with some of these actions and the way they're defensively switching, they've found ways to use that without that backside empty block help.
Well, especially with their lineup in right now, the Breeze are big. And so I think they're going to try and continue to find ways to find mismatches inside, try and get Paige some open looks with both of them being able to screen and roll, and I think that's something that's going to be exciting and probably difficult for the Phantom to guard as well.
Well, Sabrina, to your point, last time out, a loss to Lace's 8 block shots for Breeze. They lead the league in that category. High-low, Iriafen, the youngster from Los Angeles, reverse lay over Brink.
That's a tough move because Brink is a big part of those block numbers, and Iriafen using her footwork well.
Every member of Phantom, they've used 5 players all year without Dana Evans tonight. Each of the 5 averaging double figures, the only club that can say that. Plum snakes in the paint, Iriafen open, pop it. Race for the board, box out by Brink. Now Beckers has open space, maneuvers to the basket, there's a foul. So Paige Beckers is going to shoot 1 free throw worth 2 points, one of many wrinkles in Unrivaled.
One of the things Paige talked to us about was just trying to figure out the balance between her being the aggressor and being the scorer, as well as being the facilitator. And I think we know that she can do both, but in Unrivaled, I love when she's attacking and she starts out aggressive and then maybe work to get her teammates a little bit more involved. It really loosens up the defense.
Exactly. But where's the challenge in that, Sabrina? Because I feel like with a 3-on-3 format, there's probably more opportunity to be aggressive.
For sure, but you got to keep the defense honest. And I think when you start the game being aggressive, especially in the pick and roll, it's just really tough to guard. And I think you see her here finally turning it on and finding ways to get to the basket, which will open up her passing ability.
Beckers now 0 for 2, walk-up 3 for Plum. Rebound, Iriafen. Two-handed dribble. Flutters off. Brink with the shovel to Beckers. Double big lineup for Noelle Quinn, the former head coach in Seattle, has made her presence felt down in Miami at Unrivaled. Jackson, the flick, and Brink the finish.
I love that two-man game between Jackson and Brink. Just finding ways to get the pick and roll and the slip. Brink wide open for the layup.
Speaks to the versatility of Rickea Jackson. She can play the 3, the 4, and defend and play offense at both of those spots.
I mean, she's able to come off a pick and roll here, make a great pass, a great read, something that's not easy to do, and I think we're able to see her have great chemistry with Cam Brink and Cam being able to get a charge on the other end.
Kiki Iriafen just picked up her 2nd foul. Both coaches make changes. Tiffany Hayes joins Cloud and Iriafen, who will stay out there. And Paige Beckers gets her first breather of the night. Martin, Jackson, and Brink, the trio for Breeze, the top rebounding club in Unrivaled. +2 early on. Martin throws a pass into Brink. Trickles off of Breeze. It's Phantom ball. It's now the 4th turnover for Breeze. Still trying to get a feel of things and shake off the cobwebs.
Well, we got a chance to talk to Noelle Quinn, Coach Noelle Quinn, and she talked about the one thing the Breeze need to do is take better care of the ball and cut down on their turnovers. And sometimes you just have to take a quick second before you make that pass to make sure it's there, as opposed to just assuming that roller is going to be there. So.
And a big part of that is not getting too sped up. You want to play fast. This is a game of pace and tempo, but don't get yourself in a hurry so much that some of those miscues are self-inflicted.
And also not being so eager to pass to the roller. I think they all see it and they all want to pass to the roller quick, but sometimes it looks like it's there and it's not. And so I think being able to even ball fake and then look to hit some threes opens up the paint a lot.
Come on, Sabrina, with the ball fake. I say that all the time. That's so underrated. Hopefully for the kids out there listening, ball fake, bro. Just buy yourself a little bit of time. And in the game, I really think it just opens wide up, right? You can really see where the pass should go.
Especially when you have these players on the Phantom out here. You have Tip Hayes, you have Natasha Cloud, who are so athletic and who are trying to get in passing lanes. Their ability to just ball fake, wide open shot for Cam Brink.
She's listening to us. I love it. Right on cue.
12-7, Breeze in front. About 1:30 to go in this opening quarter. First of 2 here tonight on TNT Sports. Philly is Unrivaled, presented by Xfinity. Breeze with another stop defensively. Brink's got handle with the rock. 2-player game with Jackson. The Sparks connection. Jackson throws it up and a foul by Hayes. First on Hayes. It is in the act of shooting, so Jackson, who hit the game winner against Phantom to open the season from the line, is heading there right now.
And Rickea Jackson is just a special talent. You look at the numbers that she had against this Phantom team in that opener, but her ability to slash, to get downhill with that size, with the quickness, and we continue to see her flourish in her game and how she's making those decisions.
And I think, Sarah, she's going to continue to get better. I would love to see her play with a little bit more change of speed. I think that's going to be the next thing. Sometimes because she's so fast, but also slowing it down, just reading. Is the jumper there or the drive to the basket? Yeah, like that, Kiki. Just read the defense.
And Tip Hayes opened that up. Her ability to come off super aggressive, looking to score, just had her post player have to drop and help and opened up the shot.
Iriafen with a phantom high 4 points. Quick pass to Hayes, step back three-pointer. Cash! Some drip from Tip here in the first at Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Speaking of players that had a big opening night, last time Tiffany Hayes played this Breeze team at 20 points.
Brink attempts to board it, hits the deck with Iriafen. Iriafen, of course, finished up at USC, started at Stanford. That's where Cameron Brink went to school.
Well, yeah, but Tiffany Hayes said, I got something for you. She knows how to fill it up, steps right into that three-point shot. And that also, all these players, there's opportunities for second chance offensive rebounds. A lot of those long threes and shots when they bounce off, we see that type of space where they're also, if those shots aren't going down, able to take advantage.
I always think it really, when it comes down to rebounding, it's such an effort. Like the hardened effort, no coach can teach that. You have to have the mentality that my teammate is going to miss, which is hard to do because you know how accurate shooters your teammates are, but you always have to think that they're missing, especially to make that offensive effort to go to the basket. And I think enough players don't really anticipate that. If they're in the space, they'll get it. But to really have a nose for the ball is to really decide that every time my teammate shoots is going to be a miss.
Moments ago, loose ball foul on Iriafen, her third. So Aaliyah Boston re-enters the mix, and she just picked up a foul. That's her first. Fourth team foul, Brink in the active shooting. Breeze gets to the line the most of any Unrivaled club. 99 free throw points on the year, an 83% free throw shooting team. Boston with the board from our Xfinity free throw line. Cloud navigates, gets the defense in the air, feed to Boston, banks it in.
Tough play and tough shot fake by Natasha Cloud making that happen.
Tied up at 14. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. 7-0 run by the Ghost Gang. Martin coughs the ball up. It's out of bounds. Hayes fired up. 5 seconds for Phantom.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to the Phantom defense. They're just all over Kay Martin, and that's Tip Hayes. She's known to be a two-way player. Defense is one of her main things that she hangs her hat on.
Three-pointer in the air by Hayes.
I thought she was going to hit the free ball right on time.
For one in that first quarter, a 7-0 run by Phantom. Aaliyah Boston in front of her former coach Don Staley getting the job done. It's Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, Philly cheesesteak with a little bit of pickles, yeah.
You know, add your own flavor.
All
Use
right.
it what you want.
You know.
You're at least a legend. You can do anything you want.
I think our audience is now very hungry. Thinking about cheesesteak. Second quarter is underway. Tiffany Hayes, a spark, drives it, couldn't hit numbers for Breeze. Paige Becker stuck on 2 points, 2 assists. Mid-range Jay, that's her spot. Mid-range Paige Becker's.
And she's had some good looks, hasn't connected early on in the same efficiency I think we're going to continue to see from her.
Kelsey Plum went scoreless in the first, had a season-low 12 in the opener against Breeze, a 7-point win for the fans. Breeze, Becker stop and start. Uses that shoulder to create space, rattles one in, a bark to the bench by Beckers. Consecutive field goals now after 0 in the first quarter. Plum, second chance Boston, 3 in the air. The Boston 3-party has made it to Philly.
She's made it to Philly, and this is what, Sabrina, you were talking about in the open, the fact that she's trying to be a three-way player and finding ways to stretch this game even further.
And Plum's just such a great downhill driver that big has to help. And then her ability to now pop just makes it so tough for the defense.
A Boston block leads to a Plum three-pointer. A barrage by the Ghost Gang, 6-0 run. 18-17, minute and change into quarter number 2. 6 lead changes already. Malonga and Jackson. Similar apparel, and look tonight once again, Jackson baits them into a foul.
Here you're able to see Aaliyah being able to take a great shot for herself, come back on the defensive end, get a block. It's just what she does, being able to play both sides of the ball and being able to push the ball in transition, get Plum a wide open 3. This is a momentum shift for the Phantom.
It just took Kate so much of this game, and really you could say about any style, but the defense turning into offense. And when you get those stops, it allows you to get out, run, and get some of those career looks.
Now we're even at 20. Feels as if both clubs have found some rhythm offensively. Hayes leaned into that try, did not deliver. Becker's on the move. Hayes with the heads-up, slashing move defensively. Well, from the far sideline, the one right in front of us, they point the other way for Phantom ball. Plum is like, let's move it before they decide to challenge. So take a look at second quarter action through the Samsung Galaxy Game View, powered by Galaxy S25 Ultra. Plum in the midst of your screen, could not hit it. Phantom sub 35%. Becker's mid-range, and touches every piece of the eye.
It does, but it's time for Paige Beckers to kind of take over the game right now. It's going a little slow with the tie score, and you want Breeze to finish. They should want to finish this quarter strong, and that's going to start with Paige Beckers. Getting a few more buckets on the inside.
Jackson picks up the dribble, fires. Plum grabs it for Phantom. Boston the catch and the bank in.
And that's what she does so well. We talk about a lot of aspects. She runs so hard, gets to her spots where she's got a deep seal to be able to finish those looks.
Aaliyah Boston with 10 first half points. Beckers slithers into traffic. Boston with the defense. Malonga three-pointer. Breeze now 0 for 3 from deep. Noel Quinn talked to us this morning. We acknowledge Phantom is the better, or at least a team that shoots more threes. And that is the case. 3 triples for Phantom. Fouls on Malonga, her second. Cameron Brink back out there for Breeze.
Checking in for Pink, 15,
Natasha Cloud checks in. Still looking for her first points of the night. This is game 1 of our TNT doubleheader. Philly is Unrivaled, presented by Xfinity. Cloud with community engagement from the very beginning when this announcement was made. Drive to the basket, high off glass. Breeze clears. Walk up 3 for Jackson, smooth and good. First 3 for Breeze comes from Rickea Jackson. Now Plum wants to answer. Shot was altered by Brink. 1 point lead for Breeze. Becker's down the left side. Banks it home.
There you go. She heard you, Lisa.
10 points for Paige Beckers. When we come back, Roz tells the story of this local inspiration, how Natasha Cloud has made her impact on Philadelphia. We started their show in celebs here at Xfinity Mobile Arena on the beautiful, beautiful Jumbotron. But Lisa, your relationship with Dawn is well documented, and it was great to see you guys catch up.
Well, absolutely, and I think it's really, when we had an opportunity to be role models for little girls, I mean, these are really the little girls, and then the other little girls after them that are out here playing. And the idea was that it wasn't just about us. We were always trying to make way and room for the next generation, and then for the next generation. And so Dawn Staley is that. Now Tasha Cloud is that for some little girl who's right now watching her for the first time. And so that's the beauty of it, is that, with women's sports, you never know how you have a moment and an opportunity to impact someone's life. And Sabrina, I mean, you can speak to that as now a young woman who you have your own shoe and brands and things that I have your shoe, and it's just an amazing opportunity to be a role model this way.
It is, and I mean, even just walking into the arena, there's so many children here who are screaming, who are so excited to get their jersey signed and watch basketball. And you understand it's part of your duty to just continue to pave the way.
Beckers with the swipe, three-pointer, in and out. Beckers with 10 to lead Breeze. Rickea Jackson next with 9. And Aaliyah Boston leads Phantom with 10. Tight roping the baseline. Plum backpedals, matched up with the big and Brink. Teammates in LA. Cloud on an island, back to Plum. Lob pass, patted around. Plum's got it, fires distance. Delivers.
Smart play by Aaliyah Boston to tap that ball back out to Plum, who knocked it down.
It's now our 9th lead change of the night. Cameron Brink on the board. Now 6 points for Brink. Each of these clubs has found a rhythm now offensively, and Plum is fouled on the attack to the rim.
And that's something that Aaliyah Boston does so well. She never gives up on a play. She didn't get the ball right in her hand. She's able to tap it out. Have Kelsey Plum hit a great shot, but that's something that makes her so great. She just continues to play hard throughout the entirety of the possession.
It's quick awareness, and especially with this Phantom team, you see that type of balance and the matchups that all of these coaches, we're talking a lot about laying the foundation, see them to be them, and everyone understands, I think we sit through this season of what it feels like to resonate with your players, not just as players, but also as people.
2 threes for Plum. She's made multiple triples in every game this season. Make it 7 for Plum. Offensive foul on Martin. Coming up at the half, stay tuned for the Unrivaled halftime show presented by Ford. Lauren Jabbar, Candace Parker, and Renee Montgomery back in Atlanta. Make it about cheese sticks. Possibly. We're just warm. It's freezing here in Philly, but we're loving it.
You're too comfortable in Miami.
That's right. That's right.
Gets you out of that sunshine.
Aaliyah Boston just off on the 3. She's made 1 here tonight. Breeze just 1 3-pointer. Pull-up jumper by Martin, knocks it down despite the contest. We're tied at 31.
Well, it's a good screen by Brink to get Martin open, and again, reading the defense just takes the nice simple jumper.
Breeze at 1 point, led by 7. That's the largest lead of the half. Jackson with the steal. Tiptoes in. Knocked out of bounds by Plum. Still Breeze ball, 13 on the shot clock. We approach 1 minute to go in the half.
Well, Plum's looking for a foul. That showcases the length of this Breeze team, though, defensively, and how Aaliyah Jackson and Cameron Brink really work so well off of one another.
Plum checks out. Cloud, Hayes, and Boston, the trio for the Ghost Gang. Brink, Martin, and Jackson. And there's Aaliyah Boston with a stop. Second block shot of the half. Hayes steps through, foul.
Aaliyah Boston and her efficiency for me. Every play that she's in, she's either disrupting with her defense, the block shot, or offensively, if she's not making the shot, she's assisting or tapping it out. And I think the way that she's played this season, and when you talk about growth, that's what you want to see. Every year, every year you come out, you want to get better and you have some specific goals. I believe Aaliyah Boston is really checking off all of those goals out here in Unrivaled.
And you're able to see just her understanding of the game, and her IQ has just continued to level up. The way she sets screens, when she knows how to hold them, slip them, you're able to see her continue to level up, and it just makes her such a great player.
Kelsey Plum loves her screens now that she's a teammate.
That's the beauty, though, of Unrivaled. You're in every action. You're a part of every bit of this possession.
Cloud in the triple threat. We're tied, rather Phantom by 2, looking for more. Hayes is off, cleared by Brink. Either team shooting it north of 40%. Jackson, sidestep 3-pointer. Offensive rebound, Brink, outlet to Martin, 3 in the air. Breeze now 1 of 7 from distance. Shot and game clock identical here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. First pro women's basketball game in 28 years in Philly. Hayes, the shovel, Boston, in and out. 1 second for Jackson to heave. We're at halftime. Excellent first half.
I love the battle by both teams. I think it's going to be important for Paige, maybe even them spreading the floor and getting her more opportunities to the basket. But I thought the Phantom played a solid first half.
10 lead changes in that first half. Paige Beckers with 10 points to lead Breeze. Aaliyah Boston 10 points, 6 rebounds. You're watching Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Ford halftime is next.
having to match her physicality that she brings. And when she's in ball screens, they want to be physical against it. They see Aaliyah Boston as someone they've really got to keep an eye on, guys.
Hey, Roz, thanks a lot. And one thing Coach Quinn has talked about now at length the last few weeks, we have to take care of the basketball. 7 turnovers for Breeze in the first 14 minutes of action on the year. Breeze turns it over about 12 times a game as Plum picks up a foul. That's her second. Kelsey Plum, 8 points in the first half.
And that's just a smart play by Paige, knowing that Kelsey Plum was all over her and her ability to just kind of be able to get that foul and get her out of her space.
Along to the pick for Beckers, hunts the mid-range, tough shot. Aaliyah Boston pokes it. It's Breeze ball. And Eric Aylig corrects himself. Coach Ron Hodges. Love the swag tonight with the tie. Lisa, you know how to pull that look off too, my friend.
Yeah, she looks amazing. I love the outfit, but you know what I also love? That she talked about her team hanging their hat on defense and really trying to make a good effort. And I think defensively, Plum has picked up full court. They're getting over there as she gets to the basket. They're really trying to rough up Paige, if you will, but they want to keep a body on her, and it's working thus far.
Jackson no-look pass, Malonga finishes. 4th assist for Breeze. That's an easy high percentage look to cut the deficit to 2. Contact to the upper body of Hayes by Rakia Jackson, her second. Sabrina, you know this from playing in Unrivaled last year. The physicality, especially as these games continue to play out, close game, the physicality heats up.
Always. I mean, you understand it's part of the game. You got to get up and in. You got to be able to defend and make the game really difficult. And also, obviously, just being able to push the ball. Like you said, continuing to get stops, run the other end, and usually the team that's able to do that wins.
And speaking of physicality,
yeah, right.
exactly what Roz was saying. I mean, Aaliyah Boston is so tough. So with Paige trying to do anything she can to stop her and at least have the foul be on the ground and not in any shooting action.
Just the second foul on Beckers. No one for Breeze has more than 2. Hayes on the attack to the basket.
That was an excellent job getting to the basket. I talked to Rakia about guarding Hayes this morning, and she said she knows that she likes to attack, but she also tries to get you in foul trouble. She said she wanted to do a good job of guarding her without fouling. Well, she did, but Hayes was still able to finish for 2.
Now 3 members of the Ghost Gang in double figures. Boston goes to work. Now you see me, now you're told. And the foul.
Aaliyah Boston is just putting on a clinic, and it's called a post clinic. Why? It's the footwork, the fake, but also, as Sabrina said earlier, it's her patience. She plays at her own pace, which really puts a lot of posts. It throws them off because you're ready to block the shot, but the cadence of her moves changes, which really allows her to be able to finish and get to the free throw line.
Yeah, and I'd say she's just mastered the ability to use her body in the paint, knowing that there's no help coming. You're one-on-one. You go put your defender in the paint and score.
Yeah, own your own, as we say.
Biggest lead of the game on either side. It's a 7-point lead for Phantom. Brink hoists it up off the heel and in. Much needed for Breeze. Cameron Brink delivers.
That's a really tough shot by Cameron Brink because Boston does a good job not allowing her to get too deep there within the circle. It's just a tough finish through contact. Cameron Brink has looked good here tonight, just in how she's been able to create some of those angles for herself.
Brink has at least 10 points in 5 of her last 6. The defense, both she and Malonga top 5 in blocks per game. Plum squirts free. May have fisted the basketball after the fact. And they will tee up Kelsey Plum because of that. And I think she missed it when the official made the signal. William Mensah, Eric Aylig, Gerda Gatling, our crew. Beckers to the strike at the Xfinity free throw line. It's a technical free throw, so only worth 1. Just beside herself to voice her opinion. Full court pickup by Phantom. Pair of ball screens for Beckers. Mid-range pull. Cash.
Now that's the spot. And you know, you can see when Paige decides she's going to go take that shot. It's so smooth, beautiful. I love the mid-range game for Paige Beckers.
And she's got a little more space off this possession. You see it's a nice screen set by Brink. Defense playing in a drop, so she's got some room. Because you had talked about it earlier, Kelsey Plum has done a really nice job getting into her body and trying to take away some of that airspace despite her height.
Plum breaks free and lofts it up and in. Finger roll by Kelsey Plum. 14 points.
That was a beautiful play. Beautiful finger roll. Come on, bounce pass.
Brink faces up, drives it right by Hayes. Skyrockets up there for the rebound. Brink is frustrated, so it's 3-on-2 the other way, and Hayes absorbs the contact. Timeout. Breeze, 7-point lead for the Phantom. How that is at the forefront of how Phantom makes itself go, and goes game 6 of 6, perfect from the floor here in the third quarter, which is imperative when you get to that winning score fourth quarter. It's an untimed session. You tack on 11 points to the club score that is leading after 3. That becomes the winning score in Unrivaled. Beckers bounce pass in the perfect spot for Brink. Elevation in the paint. Plum the other way to try and sneak up on Breeze, and a foul is called.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just a beautiful pass by Paige. I think understanding her ability, she just hit some shots. She knows both are going to come out and just is able to lead Cam Brink into a beautiful layup. And Cam's ability to finish through high hands as well is amazing.
Tasha Cloud re-enters the mix for Phantom. Philly is Unrivaled, presented by Xfinity. Plum knocks it down at the Xfinity free throw line. That's worth 2, and a 7-point lead once again for Phantom. Neither team is led by double digits in this ball game. Jackson, up fake, spin move off 1 foot. Rakia Jackson in her bag.
Okay, Beauty and the Beast with the turnaround. I love that one.
Breeze now 5 of 8 in the quarter. Bounce pass by Plum, knocked away. Here comes Beckers. Jackson, tough move. Boston the box out. Staying here with 9 to shoot.
Rakia Jackson has been a special player, but you want to
All the way through.
Well, it's tight because you have Phantom who really relies on their defense. But I think right now, Breeze doing a nice job of executing their offense.
Brink rises in, patience inside to cut it to a 1-possession game. Cloud, Plum, and Iriafen, the trio. Over to Roz, who is joined by Aaliyah Boston.
Aaliyah, you guys seem to have found some rhythm in the second half here. How have you settled in, and especially you, setting the tone in the paint?
Yeah, I think we just try to control the pace early on, make their shots difficult, and then push in transition.
Yeah, this game is exciting, though. It's a historic night, the excitement from the fans, the capacity crowd. How do you guys step into this game and take it all in?
It's amazing. Women's sports continue to grow. I think Philly is showing out, and they're loud, and it's so exciting. But I think, you know, especially we're used to playing in crowds like this, and so it's just great to see it here in Philly.
All right, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thanks, Roz. The first professional women's basketball game in Philadelphia since 1998. The vision is playing out in front of your eyes. Jackson, the catch inside after Breeze forced an offensive foul call on Iriafen, who's playing with 4 fouls. Plum hunts her spot, feeds Kiki Iriafen, and scores on the other end. 6-0 run.
I like what both teams are doing. I like the mismatch happening with Rakia Jackson down on the block with Cloud, and then Kiki just being really strong in the paint.
Beckers, little give and go with Jackson, high percentage.
And there's been a couple of times they've got caught where the big and Iriafen has not gotten back quick enough off that slip.
18 buckets for Breeze, just 1 3. They are getting a ton in the paint. So is Phantom. Iriafen consecutive trips in the same spot.
Baby Ghost coming through for the Phantom.
Baby Ghost on a big stage here in Philly. Brink chased it down, but fell. The back was on the baseline.
And that was an excellent job by Iriefin, staying behind her, forced the off-target pass and the turnover.
That's only the first turnover, though, of this quarter, and Breeze had 7 at halftime, so they've been better.
They did, but the Phantom weren't really able to exploit and take advantage of that. Just 2 points off those 7 turnovers.
True.
So while that is a factor in it, you got to make sure to make them pay.
Plum has 8 points in the quarter, had 8 at halftime. Iriefin, they want to keep feeding the hot hand. Fadeaway J, Kiki Iriefin, dialed in. 54-49, sub 2 minutes to go in the third. Beckers has 13, somehow maintains the dribble and hits the floater.
She gets Kelsey Plum on her back.
And she wanted the crowd to get up for her, that's a travel. And Beckers talks smack to Plum.
I mean, you're able to just see these 2 guards continuing to manipulate defenses, get the switch they want, keep her on her back, use her height to her advantage here. Paige being able to just get up and elevate it. You see the fire, you see the intensity of this game as the score continues to stay this close.
Manipulate's a nice way of putting it. I think a little frustration from Kelsey Plum there, too. Batted by Cloud. Numbers for Phantom. To Iriefin. Powers up and a foul. And Kiki Iriefin has been a main source of offense. Here in the third will shoot 1 worth 2. Paige Beckers-Roz has made her presence felt in this ball game.
Yeah, we were speaking with Noelle Quinn before the game today, and she said, you know, some star players, they're braggadocious, but Paige, she knows who she is. She's got a humble confidence about herself. She's wise beyond her years, super poised. She knows that she's good. She goes out there, does her job. She makes a big play because she's constantly thinking the next play. She's super high Q, not rushed. She gets to her spots, and she's confident because she works on it every single day.
You know what I love, Roz? I love the way that her teammates talk about her, because I think that's when you really know how great a player is. But Dom talked about Paige just being like such a good leader and really helping her get better. And then how she connects with Rickea Jackson. And even though they give each other a lot of crap, they enjoy playing with each other, being competitive. So I think it says a lot about not just Paige, the player that we know she is, but the teammate is even better.
Paige gets to the rim up to 15 points. We mentioned it opening night when these clubs faced each other. Hayes was eaten, had 20. Martin turns the corner. That's an offensive foul. It was Malonga. He set the screen. That's Malonga's 4th.
And I can tell you from experience that when you get into foul trouble, it really makes you a little bit more timid, and then it starts to sometimes snowball. So Dominique is just going to have to play physical, continue to play without worrying about foul trouble.
Iriefin on an island, wants to attack. 1 foot fadeaway. Malonga tracks it down. 8-2 Phantom run. Right now the control belongs to the Ghost Gang. Rickea Jackson. Nice feed into Malonga. They call the foul as well. A chance for 3 at the line.
I want to talk about a 2-man game. They're up at the top, how extended the defense has them and their ability to use multiple actions.
And I love the wraparound pass, and everybody needs to give Chelsea great credit because she's the first person that we saw do that wraparound in a way that is just, it works so well in 3-on-3. So shout out to the point guard.
And I think Rickea, her ability to attack downhill is what opens up that pass. You're so scared to give up a rim attempt for her that you have to come help over, and her ability to see that before it's even open and get Dominique a layup is impressive.
The 20-year-old who holds French nationality was on the Olympic team in 2024 when Paris hosted. Runner-up to Team USA, Malonga, as a pro in the United States. Must-see television. It's been cinema here tonight in Philly. Boston on the curl pass from Cloud, sinks it.
Excellent execution for Phantom, just doing a great job of the dribble handoff, running off the screens with the split action. Wow.
4 seconds, flare screen, Jackson drives, plays it up, missed it short. So our winning score is 71 points. And Aaliyah Boston has had quite the night for the Ghost Gang. A decorated career at South Carolina. AB making it work. It's Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy.
Is a part of history.
There's a girl.
Tell him, Don, tell him. We start the 4th quarter. The winning score is presented by Maker's Mark. 71 is our mark. Tap the number 11 to the team leading after 3. And Phantom is off to a good start thanks to Iriafen.
Kiki Iriafen doing a nice job being solid for the Phantom on the inside and defensively as well, using her body. I really like when they go big with this combination.
Jackson for 3. Much needed for Breeze. Rakia Jackson now in the ball game with 18 points. Iriafen just keeps being fed. This time could not deliver. Beckers, Malonga, and Jackson. Paige Beckers gets to an angle, lob pass, and Cloud is hit with the foul.
Well, that time Cloud had Malonga all tied up. There's nothing that she could do. Paige still able to find her over the top.
It's a nice pass caught on the mismatch.
And you're going to continue to see Breeze in this like double drag action to try and get Paige to go downhill and continue to get Rakia open shots.
Against Aaliyah Boston, got her up in the air, scoop shot won't go. Nice idea though by Jackson. Cloud mid-range. Back comes Beckers, 15 points in the game with 4 assists. Stop and start. A dart into Malonga. That leads to a foul.
And we've seen this from both Boston and Iriafen on Malonga. They're really forcing her a little bit outside her deep positioning. And so some of those shots that she's trying to make have been tougher, have been contested, and forced some misses.
Well, here's one of the things I've worked with Malonga on that she's going to learn to do, and that is recognize where the defense is and not be predetermined on which move you want to do, but take the move that the defense is giving you. And that time she just turned exactly where Aaliyah Boston was as opposed to away from her. But on the flip side, Aaliyah Boston's just much more of an experienced player who's able to read the defense better. And that comes with, yes, high IQ, but also value, and she'll get there.
Skip pass to Boston, just grazes the iron. Both of these clubs at 4 and 3. Entering the game, Breeze in 4th place, Phantom in 5th place. Iriafen picks up her 5th. Moments ago, Malonga picked up her 5th. Now she's back out there, so it's a double big lineup for Noelle Quinn. Malonga, Brink, and Beckers.
Well, this is interesting because you see the 4 bigs out there, and now this is going to come down to who can be most efficient down low, who can use pump fakes and pace, and we know that Aaliyah Boston is probably the best of the 3 at doing it.
Oh, Beckers hangs in the air. Filthy stuff by Beckers here in Philly. Plum draws 2. Iriafen with 14 points. Outlet, Boston 3-pointer. Boarded by Malonga.
That's a nice kick out though by Iriafen, because Brink was cheating in just a little bit, gave Boston plenty of room.
Beckers with 17 in the game. Filthy moves down to 5. Brink for 3. Loose ball, Iriafen hops on it. Chest game here with 2 bigs. Plum fires. Brink shows off the handle. Beckers in the triple threat. Plum is the assignment. Looks to stay in front. Beckers putting on a show. Mid-range again! Timeout, Phantom. 7-0 Breeze run. 19 for Beckers. To Cloud. Robin, one of the big supporters of the women's game.
Well, Robin, first of all, was a player, a hooper, and I think the fact that she played basketball, she's such a great inspiration to so many of us that wanted to get into more than just basketball, broadcasting, and all of the things that we have these opportunities to do.
Philadelphia. When we went to the break, Plum forced a foul. That's worth 2, so it makes it 64-60. Our winning score is 71. First club to reach the number or surpass it wins the game. Beckers gets it up, and a foul on Plum. That's her 3rd. Paige is heading back to the line where she is 2 for 2, 91% on the year.
Well, Kelsey Plum understands what time it is also, that Paige Beckers is really trying to find ways to get to her spots, and she's doing everything she can to really be physical and just keep a body on her, Sarah. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I understand the game plan.
And that's the balance of it, though, because you do want to get in the body, put pressure, be physical, but also Beckers understands how to use that to her advantage to pick up fouls, and she so often, too, is someone that can turn that into an and one.
Hayes navigates around the pick, that burst. She can be a blur at times, Sarah, you are correct, but a missed layup. Now Breeze has a chance to tie or take the lead. Jackson puts the head down. Circles back, Malonga back inside, Jackson pounds the basketball, scoops it up and in. Rakia Jackson now has 20 points.
Excellent job by Rakia Jackson, and just really, I think the repost, exactly what she needed to get her feet set.
Even at 64, next club to score at least 7 wins the game. Box out by Malonga. Philly is lively.
Well, she has to be happy with finally getting a stop on Aaliyah Boston on the inside.
There is wind at the sails of Breeze. Beckers hunting. Jackson with 2 to fire, 3 in the air, short. Tracked down by Plum. Hesitation, move the spin. Kelsey Plum. Showtime.
Whew. That was nasty.
20 in the game for Plum.
Well, let's not forget, that's another killer out there who really lives for these types of moments.
Oh, what a snag by Malonga. Lays it up and in, even at 66. Plum uses the pick. Ball comes our way. Out of bounds, touched by Breeze. Still Phantom ball. The shot clock a factor, 5 to fire.
There's been an efficiency with where players are getting the ball. You see Rakia Jackson, Lisa, you said it. The repost gave her better positioning. And then Kelsey Plum, my goodness, a spin cycle, a push and transition. There's been a good pace and tempo to how these teams are playing, but doing so with composure.
Cloud is in for Hayes, and Boston sinks a triple. Phantom is now within 2 of the winning score. Timeout, Breeze.
Unrivaled, allowing these players to become playmakers, making those backdoor passes, and then also just stretching the floor. As we talked about, Sabrina, having that three-point shot in her game only going to make her more dangerous.
Right here, we should be looking for a Paige Beckers 3, set the step up, and then receive another screen from Malonga. Let's see if they're able to tie the score up.
Beckers at 21, shot clock to 1. Jackson, it's a shot clock violation. Did not fire in time. That's the 11th turnover for Breeze, and Phantom can win it right here. And I think they're telling the folks here at Xfinity Mobile Arena, they start to come to their feet. Philly is unrivaled, presented by Xfinity. Can Natasha Cloud, the hometown kid, get the game-winning bid? Plum comes for the ball. Pass into Boston. Maneuvers for space. Stopped by Brink. Loose ball. Tracked down by Jackson.
Excellent defense by Brink. Able to come up with that block in such a key moment.
Now Breeze needs 5 points to win the game. Beckers, armbar, fires it up and in. Paige Beckers. Timely.
What a tough shot. You couldn't play that better defensively for Kelsey Plum. She was right in her contested.
Once again, Phantom can win the game. Crossover, Plum, stop and start, floats it up, no! Boston circles back. The Philly kid Cloud with 7. Entry past Boston. Comes up to grab it. Cloud, jab step with 1, flings it up, short. Traces down the ball. New shot clock for Phantom. Plum is on the move, snakes by Brink and wins the game! Phantom wins it in Philly.